So I'm here in the USA. I'm over for 1 week's fishing. Last time I was here was about 3 years ago, just before the pandemic. I was looking to come back a lot sooner, but with the restrictions I couldn't get over here. So I've been really excited to get back here because the first trip I really enjoyed it. I found some really good spots towards the end and I wanted to get back to fish them a little bit more. I've only got a week. I'm going to be targeting striper and bluefish. I brought over some travel rods. It's particularly expensive bringing rods over to USA. So I've got the Todos, which is rated 30 to 100 grams, but I can also cast lighter lures and heavier lures, no problem. And I've actually brought over a couple of final protos of the Expanse, which is 15 to 60 gram, and the heavier Maximal, which is rated 60 to 200 grams. It's only a week's trip, but I'll be happy if I can get into a few nice bluefish, a few striper. So yeah, let's see how it goes. So I hadn't been over long in the USA and I couldn't wait to get out and check some of the spots that I had had a lot of success with 3 years before. The first major spot had been a really good spot for bluefish, a lovely sandy place, a lovely sandy point, really easy to fish. So I was extremely disappointed when I arrived there to find it literally full of seals. The last time I'd been there, there'd been like the odd seal around sometimes, but not always. But this time there must have been close to 100 seals on the point and loads of others just sort of swimming up and down, really just putting it completely out of action, really. You didn't have the feel that there's going to be many fish around, and you thought if you do hook onto something, then yeah, then you're not going to have a lot of chance of getting in with all those seals about. And with the striper situation being really quiet, the swell was really small, not a lot of waves at all, and there was just no stripers around. I knew that if I could find a good spot for the bluefish, I could at least salvage that, because that was one of the big reasons I wanted to go back, was for the bluefish. So it was a question of finding a new spot in time. I only had a week really there, so I wanted to hit the action as soon as possible. So I managed to find a nice river mouth next to a sandy beach with a little bit of rocks on the end. So it did look very promising. There was a lot of action with the birds and I knew there was bait fish there, and I guess obviously there's got to be fish moving in there at some point. Okay, onto a bluefish, I reckon. Oh, blimey. It looks like there's a seal after it. Not sure. There's other bluefish following it anyway. Yeah. Well, I was after a bluefish, you know, so that's good. Hope it stays on. You can see him there. I always put up a great fight these. That's the first fish of the trip, if I get him in. First fish of the trip, a nice bluefish. They always fight really well. I'm going to keep this one for the food for the week, and anything else I'll let go. So nice to get onto a fish, and yeah, it seems to be a bit of action with the birds out there, so it's a good sign. Okay, it's good to get off the mark with a fish there. So very strong offshore wind. It's a little easier to work now, subsurface. I'll give it a few splashes as well, but it's got very erratic colour. Nice bluefish again. Nice on. It's okay, but that was was a good hit. That was another good one. On again, going cutting to my right. I might have to get over to those rocks. Still decent size. So it's taken a mahi shad and some lion as well. Oh, there's a few around there. Shit. Crazy. There's a seal on him. There's a seal right on him, just there. I think I managed to get him past the seal. He flew when that seal came. I don't think he wants to go back out there. I'll let this one go if I get him in. Crikey. That hard line. Okay, just about got him. Okay, second bluefish. This time on the shad, the mahi shad. This one had a seal chasing it. He went like a rocket when that seal came, and luckily the seal didn't get him. And yeah, managed to get some. So I'm just going to get him back in. Something's on. It's taking the pink shad, but obviously a bluefish. Hope there's no seal this time. It's a smaller one. Yeah, little one. Brilliant. So just a little one there, pink first cast, so I'm going to give it another go. So the little bluefish there, it's a good one. Yeah. It's only a small one, but they still fight like good. They still fight well for a little one. That's crazy when that seal came at it. Well, it seems to like this pink, that's for sure. Okay, so smaller one on the pink shad. Second cast I think it was. First cast I had one. The pink's working well. I'll get it back. But they seem to love this pink. That's 2 out of 2 casts on the pink, unless it's pure coincidence. So what I'll do is I'll change lures again in a minute and see. Yep, on again. Okay, so again, probably not one of those really big ones, but nice. Second one on the pink, you got to hold him hard. No, that's 3 bluefish with 3 casts with the pink. Okay. Whew. Okay, it's windy and wet down here. This is the second spot. I fished a bit in the early morning. No luck, and then I decided to change spots because there's been a lot of bait around here in the last days. Pretty chilly. The swell's picking up. And I'll swap the lures around. See the birds are starting to work out there. So I think I might put on a 70 grand. Something at the nibble then. Definitely. Yeah. Okay. I wonder what that was. On and off. Oh, I think it's going to be a... I was lucky if that's a bluefish. It was tiny. It's like a little bluefish. Okay, little bluefish. I think it was on the second cast with this little shad, this little 20 gram shad. I'm going to change it because if there's any bigger ones around, I'll lose the whole lure. So yeah, I'll get back out. I think I'll put on a big Enticer because I can already see some birds working out there on the bait. Let's get this one back. Another one, a little bit bigger. This is on the 70 gram because I've moved up the wind. Sorry, birds. Okay, I found a lovely spot here for a day like this. It's a little bit out of the wind, so I can cast right out into deeper water as well, or shallow, whatever. But I love this kind of weather because it's generally better for the fishing. And the bonus is there's not many people about. In fact, there's nobody else up here, but it's nice wind working in my direction to cast out. I've got the big 90 gram Enticer Minnow on. This is a much better spot. Yeah, if there's bluefish around today, it should be alright. I'm glad I changed spots. The good thing about this Enticer Minnow on a day like this is the distance you can get, so you can cover a heck of a lot of ground, and also I can work it surfacing just below. So if the fish is, I work it kind of really erratic, and then when I get a chase, when I see something behind it, I just sort of keep it steady so that they can hit it. Is he going to hit it? Something there. Yeah, I'm on. Come on. Bluefish for sure. I'm on with a better bluefish. Just don't want it to go around that point. All the worries of when you get one of these on. The seals. He seems to be going that way. What I'll do is if I can get him, tire him out, I'll just bring him round to the beach here. A lot of rocks here as well. Can't go to the beach yet because he'll cut me off on the rocks, of course. I'll just try and tire him out and hope he just kites around to the beach a bit. If I pull him this way, he's bound to go the other way. Around a bit now. we bring them in here, I don't know. It's just tricky. Get around here. Better. Alright, this is the kind of medium-sized bluefish you get here. Still a really good fight, and he took the Enticer 70 gram here. So yeah, really glad I moved up to here. Definitely more comfortable fishing here. So I ended up having the most success at that spot and got into some really nice bluefish, and I suppose the surprise of the trip was getting into the bonito, which I hadn't really thought much about. I hadn't caught any bonito over there before as far as I can remember, and so yeah, that was quite a nice surprise. Yeah, that's a good take. That's a good one. Is it off? No? Coming at me. It's not huge, but it's been a while. Ah, yeah, it's one of them. Like a bonito. Interesting. I wonder what that was. It felt really strong at first. It didn't act like a bluefish, so I think it's a bonito, but I'm really not sure. There's a few species very similar out here, and never really targeted them, but I'll try and find out what it is. The bluefish were a good test for the lures and a great test for the rod. And coming up in the next video in part 2, I had a situation that really tested the Todos travel really to its max over the last couple of trips. Yeah, look out for that video, also coming soon.